Hey, it's Coach Steve here from Nature's Pure Blend. So I want to jump in and kind of give you some insights today. The fact that I'm the manager of the customer experience department, I'm here to help customers and support them every single day. So if you're here watching this video, this is probably something that's going to give you some insights from thousands and thousands of customers that I've talked to over time. So what I want to do first of all, just to kind of give you kind of an example between the two flagship products that basically put Nature's Pure Blend on the map 5 years ago. So the company has over 500,000 customers now. We're really blessed and we take that very seriously. Our customers, we really don't treat you like a customer. We treat you like family. And if you've been part of our customer experience or our what I call roadmap to becoming more well, then you know that we care. That's why we built the company. That's why we started the company. And just to give you a little history about me, I actually started with this product about 14 months ago. I've always worked out, always had good diet and all that kind of good stuff, and never had a problem with high blood pressure, always had plenty of energy, did my workouts, all that kind of good stuff. And then I guess it was 14, 15 months ago, I went in for my 55-year-old health checkup and I had stage one hypertension. So, alarming as it was, what I basically did is talk to a lot of my good friends, and one of my very best friends sent me this actually in the mail the following day. Well, it was actually probably the following week, but mailed it out that day. So I got this. I didn't know about nitric oxide, even though I've been a wellness coach for 35 years, worked with individuals from physical training to prepping for all kinds of what you call physical endurance type operations, to actually mental toughness and everything in between, including nutrition, fitness, diet, sleep, the whole nine yards. That's kind of like my niche. It's my area that I really, really love because I learned. Number one is that it's not about how much money you put in the bank account. It's really this bank account about how you take care of your body so that you can have the best quality of lifestyle. So this is how I got introduced to the company 14 months ago. And within a couple days, I would say no more than like 2 or 3 weeks, my blood pressure had gotten back to normal to that Goldilocks range, the 120-ish over 80. And this product so impressed me. I actually called up the CEO of the company and asked to come work with Nature's Pure Blend because it so dramatically impacted my life. And I then did my research and understood where nitric oxide gas, how it comes, where it's in the body, how it starts becoming a deficiency naturally after age 30. And then I dug into the research about Dr. Ignario, the lead scientist that won the Nobel Prize in 1998, and really all the discoveries since then, the significant amount of research that has been done both on vegetable-based nitrate-rich foods like beets, spinach, arugula, and celery. And then for those that don't want the higher oxalates that can cause things like kidney stones and things like that, or if you just don't want the extra sugar or the extra carb if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, then you kind of shift away from the beets product. I mean, everybody kind of has that now. It's kind of a thing. It's a fad. Everybody's either eating beets gummies, beets chews, or swigging a beets drink before they go to the gym. The benefit of that, obviously, beets kick in pretty quick. They convert in the kidneys and turn into nitric oxide gas in the vascular system, causing vasodilation, basically taking the pathway like a water hose and helping it relax and opens up. That increases energy, it reduces blood pressure. So all those things kind of work together. And that's historically been a great product. We have a product like that. Some of you already know about that. What I really want to talk about today is this one here, the amino acids. And this is a food-based amino acid. There's two of them actually. The first one is L-arginine and the second one is L-citrulline. So where do these two amino acids come from? Well, this one here comes out of the rind of a watermelon. And this one here, L-arginine, comes from fish and from beef. So you're talking about food-based what would you call these amino acids. So they're healthy and they're not manufactured, they're not synthetic like a pharmaceutical or something like that would be. So what I really want to do is kind of outline the two products. And because this, like I said, of our 500,000 family members, 70% on a regular monthly basis purchase this product right here, the amino acids. And they're doing that because I guess a majority of our customers, about 90% of them, happen to be male, for no reason necessarily for us, because male and females' blood systems and vascular systems are identical. The only difference in a male is that if you're not getting good circulation, then you're going to have something called erectile dysfunction. That's one of the primary reasons, and doctors that I've spoken to say it's 80+% of the reason why you actually have erectile dysfunction is you're not getting good circulation of what? Blood and oxygen to all parts of your body. Now, the other part that a lot of people aren't equally aware of, um, men and women, is that early stages of early onset dementia, Alzheimer's, and things like that are a equal problem of not getting enough oxygen and nutrients to your brain. Of all of the nutrients in your body, this brain right here, I think it weighs less than 5 pounds, but it actually uses more than 20% of all your body resources, energy, nutrients, and everything. So if you're lacking something, like we are all naturally deficient in nitric oxide, or we're naturally deficient after age 30, okay? It's 1% per year of age is the deficiency. So if you're 35, that means you have a 5% daily deficiency. I'm 57, so that means I have a 27% daily deficiency. There's no way to go around it other than eating a ton of salads and getting those nitrate-rich beets, arugula, spinach, and celery. Or you can go with an amino acid product, which is what we've scientifically formulated here. So let's talk about that, and let's explain how these two work. I call this one the big brother. This is liquid nitric oxide. The name liquid, it's not liquid, it's a powder, but it goes in liquid, hence the name. And so this one here you're going to see is the big brother to basically the starter level. This is what they call minimum effective dose. Now, many of our customers start off with this right here. This is actually what this product is, nitric oxide flow. And this here is the liquid nitric oxide. So what are the differences? Well, they are identical as far as the same two amino acids, and that's L-arginine and L-citrulline. We'll do this on a different video to talk about the reason for our combination, because a lot of products out there, you can actually buy an arginine product or a citrulline product separately, and you're going to get great results. But there was some research done, I think in 2022, that basically talked about the synergy of when they put them together, you get a better value. Um, Reason for that is arginine kind of metabolizes easier in the kidney. Citrulline goes through the process twice and converts into arginine before it turns into nitric oxide gas. So what happens is if you're taking these in combination, you get the quick value from the arginine, and then down the road, almost like a time release basis, you get the citrulline that kicks in later. The value of having them together is the arginine, of course, acts quicker, gives you that immediate energy boost, helps you with vascular, what would you call it, support from a heart healthy standpoint, helps bring that blood pressure down toward the Goldilocks range that we talked about, the 120/80 type range. And the citrulline, then as it basically goes back through the process again, like I said, it converts into arginine, but it takes longer. So what you end up getting is a really good 8, 10, and up to 12 hours of vascular support that you are actually getting by having this in your bloodstream. Okay. So people ask me all the time, this is probably the number one question I get: Steve, what is the best process, or what is the best time of day that I should take it? And the answer is that it really depends upon your body's biochemistry. Rule number one, anytime I'm helping someone adjust their natural supplement level, the rule that I start with is it isn't going to work unless you have a habit that allows you to have a regular regimen of the supplement in your body. If you take it one day and then forget about it 2 days, and then take it a third and a fourth day and then forget about it for a week, you are not going to get any results. And there's too many times I see many of our customers, they call up and they're upset and they say, hey, your product's not working for me. And when I find out that they're not even taking it on a consistent basis, that becomes the first pause, okay? That has nothing to do with the product. It has everything to do with a habit. So here's how you make sure that you're getting the right amount of supplements in your body on a daily basis, and that is you need to do what's called a habit stack. So if you take other vitamins, you take other minerals, or something else that you do every single day, and that may be first thing in the morning while you're waiting for your coffee to brew, then what you want to be able to do is take whatever supplements that you are adding to your routine, and you want to make sure that you are taking those at the same time at the same day. Now, that is the most important thing. You have to take the supplement on a daily basis. If you're not doing that, then you're really wasting your money. So don't try to do it on again, off again. Find a habit to stack it on top of. And when you stack it on top of, like if you automatically going to have coffee every morning, that's me, then I put this right in front of my coffee pot. Guess what? I can't forget it. If you're a person that takes your vitamins in the morning, do that. If you're a person that starts off very smartly and takes 2 glasses of water because we all wake up dehydrated, then all you got to do is take whichever one is your preference and either stand it on top of your water glass or do something unique with it so you can't possibly forget it. And once you've done that, some people say for 21 days, some people say it takes a little longer than that, but I'm just telling you, whatever you need to do to make sure you get it every single day, that is the most valuable thing you can do for your body. Now, once you have that habit down, then you can tweak it. Okay. The tweaking of it means, well, should I take my 2 capsules or my 1 scoop in the morning, or Steve, should I take it at night, or should I split the dose and take 1 capsule in the morning, one at night? Why would we do this? Well, remember I told you about these 2 combinations of citrulline and arginine. Together, you can get this cardiovascular support for up to 12 hours. So since we have 24 hours in a day, it's a pretty good idea to do maybe 1 cap in the morning, 1 cap at night. Not a bad idea. If you're using a scoop, you could do half a scoop in the morning, half a scoop at night. Really smart. Again, what you really want to do is you want to test it. You want to test it with your body, and how you do that over a first 4 week, or maybe at an 8 week period of time when you're first testing this, is you have to be a little, what would you call it? You have to log it, okay? You have to be a little scientific about it to begin with. And that means that you need to do it in a 7-day cycle. So if you're going to start taking 2 in the morning and none at night, you do that for 7 days. Week number 2, 1 in the morning, 1 at the night for 7 days. And what are you doing on that sheet of paper every single day is you're writing down what your blood pressure readings are before and 2 hours afterwards. Then what else are you doing? You're writing down how your body feels. You're saying, do you have more energy? Do you have less energy? Do you also feel your stamina go up? Do you feel if you're out walking, can you tell that you can walk a little quicker pace? Can you walk a little further? Okay, that's a good test of your stamina. The other thing you want to find out, especially if you're taking this before bedtime, these are not stimulants, so it's not like drinking coffee and having a stimulant and you're not going to be able to go to sleep. That's not the way these 2 amino acids work. So you can take these right before you go to bed. It's not going to keep you awake. Now, what can you do? You want to focus on your quality of sleep as well as the quantity. So it's both. It's a quality and a quantity. What are you shooting for? You're shooting for 7 hours of good sleep, minimum 7 hours. If you're not getting 7 hours, that should be your first focus in order to change how your body is moving in the direction of better wellness. Okay. The other thing you want to be able to do is getting that 7 hours of sleep. You want to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being that you're getting amazing sleep. You're actually dreaming. That's a good sign when you're in REM that you're actually dreaming. If you can remember your dreams or not a big deal, but just the fact that you can kind of know that you're dreaming, that says you're going into that deep quality sleep where your body resets and your brain resets. Okay, so enough about sleep right now. But those are the things that you want to do on a 7-day basis. Okay, the third week, what you might want to do is say, okay, well, I'm going to take my full scoop at night instead of splitting it 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and then you do 7 days of that. At the end of 3 or 4 weeks, you've tried it a couple different ways, and then you're able to go back and look at your log and not try to trust your memory because your memory always fails us. That way you go back and you say, okay, where did I have my best blood pressure readings? Where did I feel my best level of energy, my best stamina, my best quality of sleep? And it's going to be right there in black and white if you take a page a day and just write it down. You've got 21 days or maybe 28 days to do that. This is a great way to get yourself preference, your body's biochemistry biochemistry preferences. That's how you kind of ferret that out so you know exactly what you should do and how you should do it, what your body's telling you that it needs most. Now, the next thing I want to focus on is a lot of people start off with our minimum effective dose. Now, if you're starting off with nitric oxide flow, it's the good starter. It's, $39.99 unless you're getting it during one of our deals or discount programs or whatever. But this is a great place to start. This is $50, so $40 versus $50. Both of them are a month's supply. However, a lot of people, whatever your age may be, if you're already over 50 or even over 60, or some of our customers are even over 70, and if you're at those ages, you have been going for decades without the proper amount of nitric oxide gas in your cardiovascular system. So to be expecting that you're going to reverse years and decades of not managing this deficiency is very unrealistic. You're really wasting your time. And if you're not going to really commit to trying and tweaking this in your body for a good 60 to 90 days, then you should not start at all. You're just wasting your money. This is something that you have got to look at. You have been not paying attention, just like I was not paying attention a year ago, excuse me, when I was 55. And the problem with wanting a magic pill is that it's an unrealized expectation. It causes people to be upset or angry, or then to start blaming something else other than themselves when it's 20 or 30 years of poor diet, poor exercise routine, poor stress management, and now you want to take a magic pill and in 24 to 48 hours want it to work perfectly. Well, guess what? It does with some of our customers. That's why we have 500,000 customers, and this is the product. 70% of everything that we ship out of our inventory, this is what we're shipping. So we know it works, otherwise we wouldn't be in business. It makes a huge difference. Now, for you, if this minimum effective dose, which is literally 500 milligrams of these two types of arginine, alpha keto and hydrochloride, HCI here, you're getting 500, 500, so basically 1 gram right here of the L-arginine, and then the citrulline, you're getting citrulline and citrulline malate, and that's 250 milligrams each. So together you're getting 1.5 grams of a nitric oxide producing amino acid. Now, if this is not causing the needle to move, if you're not getting your blood pressure to head toward that Goldilocks range of 120-ish over 80, then what that could be telling you is that your body isn't sensitive, not to the amino acids, it's just not sensitive to this low of a dose. That's why we call this the minimum effective dose. It's a great place for you to go in and test and see how your body is going to react to these two food-based amino acids. So if this is where you're at right now and you've been taking 2 caps and you're taking it every day, and you're taking it with hydration and you're making sure that you've got everything good in your body, you can't be drinking alcohol with this. I remember talking to one of my customers and they said, oh yeah, it's not working for me and blah, 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 and a little frustrated and all this kind of stuff. So I just kind of started going through a question checkpoint and found out that the guy's hitting a couple different, shots of whiskey a night and maybe a beer or two. And I'm like, there's no way that your kidneys and your liver are going to be processing this properly if it's sitting here struggle to deal with the poison that you call alcohol that you're sticking in your body when you're giving it good natural resources. So you're just basically what do you call it? Self-sabotage. Okay. So no, when you're taking this kind of supplement to get your blood pressure, your vascular system, to get your energy back up, you have to stay off the alcohol. Absolutely. Okay. Abstinence, yes, why not? Okay, it does nothing for you. Alcohol does not relax you, it numbs you. It also interrupts your sleep pattern. There is not anything good that alcohol, especially something distilled like whiskey or tequila, I love them too, but there's just nothing that it does good for the body, and we know that it actually destroys the brain. So that's my first point. You can't be drinking and expecting this small of a dosage to start making a difference in your blood pressure and on your energy and on your erectile dysfunction, guys. So what do we do as an alternative? Well, obviously taking alcohol out of the picture. rule number one. Rule number two is you might need the big brother version. So let's look at what the powder version here can do is you end up, instead of 500 and 500, you've got 1500 each. So right here, you've got 3 grams of the arginine by itself. And this is in one scoop, okay? This is a 30-day supply, 30 scoops in here. The citrulline, both that and the malate, you're getting 1 gram each. So together, you've got 3 grams here, 2 grams here. So together, you got 5 grams. Compare the 5 grams to the 1.5, and a lot of our customers that say, "Hey, this isn't moving the needle for me. What's wrong? Is the product defective?" No. As long as you're not drinking alcohol and this is what you're starting with, but you're not really getting the result that you expected yet, like many of our family members do, then the way to do this is not just to discard this and move up to this right away, is you want to go ahead and finish your body's biochemistry experiment. And how do you do that? You need to start ratcheting up the dosing so that you make this look similar to this. That's how you know whether this value is worth you buying on the following month, okay? Here's how you do the experiment. Instead of just taking 2 of these, which is the minimum effective dose, you should jump up to 6. So if you take 1.5 times 6, you end up with something that's going to put you in this range here. So 6 of these would be 3 times the 2 dose. So that's 3 times 1.5 would get you to 4.5 grams. So 6 of these is almost near 1 scoop of this. So if you want to look at a dollar standpoint, which is the best bang for your buck, it's pretty simple, okay? This one right here is $40. This one here is $50. So I always say this is the better value. The gain of using this is a convenient standpoint. So if you're someone that travels and you don't have time to take a powder and mix it with water or protein shake or something like that, then this becomes a really great resource because you're able to take these, throw them in your purse, your briefcase, throw them in the console of your truck or whatever, and that way it's super easy for you to have these with you because they're capsules. The last thing I'll talk about here is the actual flavor. Okay, so obviously all of these are pure. What we put in this to add a little flavor, some lemon lime. So we have some stevia and some citric acid to give it the lemon lime flavor. If you're not a lemon lime, you don't like the citric flavor to it, then you want to look at our mixed berry version, same price, just has, like I said, berries in there from a taste standpoint. So this should give you a good understanding. This to me is the best bang for your buck. It's going to stretch your dollar the best. Again, I love the idea about half a scoop in the morning, half a scoop before bed at night. If you can do that and keep a consistent habit, then this to me is the best product that we have as a company. It has the greatest results. And here's the cool thing. After you have been taking this level of dose for a number of months, you're going to increase the flexibility of your cardiovascular system, basically the water hoses that we call arteries that move blood, oxygen, nutrients throughout our body. What you can see over time is after you add back in the flexibility and the constricted vascular structure, the veins and arteries that had actually constricted, all of a sudden the smooth muscles actually relax and vasodilate. That's what it's called, dilation. So they're constricted over time. They've lost their inflexibility. They've lost their what I'll call the volume of oxygen, blood, and nutrients that the structure your arteries can carry. So as those have been crimping over time, primarily from inflammation that comes from cortisol, which is the stress hormone. That is the culprit, but we'll talk about that on a different video. This is the understanding of how do you combat where you're at right now and how do you produce a great change in your lifestyle. It's got to be daily. You've got to have that consistent amount that you have checked with your biochemistry, and you very probably, if it hasn't happened with 2 capsules, that's your body telling you that it needs more help. So it's not a reason to be frustrated, it's a reason just to understand that you've got to listen to your body, and that's when you can move to the big brother version and get yourself 5 grams per day. Now, I have other people, last point, that are in the gym a lot, or maybe they're athletes already, or just have a really good level of physical shape. They're are a lot of medical research documents now talking about how this combination of these two amino acids work from a health standpoint for reducing the recovery time and adding energy from a stamina standpoint, being able to work out harder in the gym, or if you're a distance runner or something like that. There's incredible amount of research. Just jump on to ChatGPT and ask it, and it will tell you that that 5 milligram is about half the max of where you can take on a daily basis. And some younger athletes are even taking a higher amount. They're getting great results, and that vasodilation is allowing your body to have a significant amount of energy, even though when you're at a younger athlete level, you're not really using these amino acids for a blood pressure issue, but you are using it to make sure that those vascular system can carry oxygen as quickly as possible, nutrients, blood throughout the entire body. So last point I will make, I said that last twice now, but the erectile dysfunction that many guys are looking at this product to be able to solve as a magic pill. Again, many of our customers find that even the minimal effective dosage creates that ability to get the amount of oxygen and blood to your favorite member. Now, if it's not happening for you, same kind of thing, move up to the bigger version. The time it takes to metabolize in your kidneys is roughly between 1 to 2 hours, and obviously the arginine is going to kick in first. So thanks for hanging out with me. Coach Steve again here. I'm here. You can call the customer service number. I'm here to help and answer your questions. I'm not a medical professional, so you always need to take your questions and go talk with your medical professional that is licensed and board certified. So if you're already under a doctor's care, then you need to talk with your doctor before you change anything. What I can tell you is when I have, as the podcast host for the Natural Upgrade, is I've interviewed many doctors, and one of the most important things they say is do not leave your doctor out of the decision-making process if you're deciding to go for a natural supplement to help take care of your blood pressure as well as just your other heart healthy benefits. Don't just go cold turkey off of the whatever prescription your doctor has you on. Don't just stop that. There's all kinds of bad benefits. They call it a slingshot effect. And you can go from having super high blood pressure and then all of a sudden you jump off of it, off of what your body has gotten used to over months or years, and it can slingshot the other direction and you can have really bad results. So please err on the side of caution. Go talk to your doctor, talk to your pharmacist about this as well. They're experts and human chemistry. You want to make sure that even though these products here, because they're food-based, don't have side effects, with exception of rare instances that you might have some upper GI, maybe just stomach rumblings. And if that's the case, it's best to take this on an empty stomach. But if you do have a little stomach grumblings with it, then, maybe, of course, with the higher dosing, then just make sure that you have it with some food. Okay, that's all you need to do. Outside of that, there's no other side effects that come from these natural supplements because, again, this one comes from the rind of a watermelon. This one, it comes from beef and fish. So they're food-based amino acids. Unlike your synthetic pharmaceuticals, where there are multiple types of side effects, um, you know, when you're taking them together, again, err on the side of caution, talk to your medical professional, and we'll go from there. So hope this is helpful for you. If you need anything, send me an email at support@naturespureblend.com, or you can come to the help section of our website, naturespureblend.com, and you can jump in there. There's a nice little grid. You can jump on there and ask me questions. I'll answer those for you. And then, of course, you can call me at the support line, and I will do my best to answer your questions. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for hanging out with me. Take care.